I am Aniche Smith, and coming up on Beyond the Runway, we have the legendary Mother Fee Chanel on the couch. And she's talking about everything from, is she really a legend or is she not? We also talking about her relationship with Divine and also the drug use in the ballroom scene and in the gay scene. So you don't want to go nowhere? This one is a good one. Hello, I'm Aniche Smith, and welcome to Beyond the Runway. Today I have one of the top-notch walkers in the game. He's legendary, and he's the mother of Chanel, the one and only Fee.
How you doing?
How you doing, Fee? What's going on with you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming on the show. I always thank people before I get started. It's a privilege to have you on my show, and let's get to talking. So. Okay. I want to know a little bit about you because I always ask people this before we, get deep into the conversation. Tell me a little bit about you. Where you from?
From Los Angeles, California.
You from Los?
Well, really Hawthorne, California.
Hawthorne, California.
That's West Coast.
That West Coast. Okay, yeah. So okay, what I'm saying. Okay, so I met you back in when? Probably 2000. Maybe officially met you probably like 07, 08, maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I've known you to be a very, very positive person, I know a lot of people think that you're very, very serious, but you have a cool side to you, so we're gonna get that out today. So being that you're from Los Angeles, California, how did you find the ballroom scene?
Actually, a really good friend of mine kind of introduced me to it. It took me one time to see it, and that was it. That was it for me.
That was it? Can I ask you which friend introduced you to it?
His name is D'Artagnan, actually.
D'Artagnan. Hi, D'Artagnan.
Hey, hi, D'Artagnan.
What up? So he introduced you to it. And you seen it. Did you know what you wanted to walk, or you just was like, oh, that's cool?
You know what? It was creative. Mm-hmm. It was fun, so I pretty much did a lot of stuff. I didn't know what I wanted to walk in particular at that point in time.
What did you walk?
First, I walked.
We all have a first time.
Yeah, first I walked performance, then I walked Butch Queen and Drag performance, then Butch Queen and Drag runway.
Okay.
And then one day, legendary, my icon, Taz Omni, told me that I needed to walk European because that was my Jewish.
He was absolutely right. Right. That was her calling. Okay, so do you feel like, okay, I know that you are into like a lot of arts like dancing and all that stuff. Do you feel like that inspired you to want to be in the ballroom scene? Or
absolutely, because it was another outlet for me. It was a creative outlet. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've danced pretty much all my life, so that came natural. Okay. But coming into the ballroom scene and seeing all the different people, the people like me, mm-hmm. it made it comfortable and fun.
Okay, so you became a part of a house. What house did you pick, or did they come to you? How did that happen?
Again, it all stemmed from my friend D'Artagnan because mm-hmm. he pretty much brought me out. Like I didn't know a thing about homosexuals and just keeping it real. Mm-hmm. But he, he took me. I drove pretty much, but we went to our first ball, mm-hmm. and it just trickled down from there. It started from there. Mm-hmm. I will say that he did that.
What house did you become a part
of? Ferragamo.
Ferragamo?
So he kind of introduced me
to
it.
Did you join that house because you liked the way they do things, or it was the only house around?
Well, no, actually it was the house of Ferragamo and the house of Rodeo. I had to pretty much sit back and see what kind of fit me, but it was just like mine, you know what I mean? My friends were already a part of this, so I was a part of that, but it was, it was no different. Mm-hmm. I saw it all the same, you know what I mean? But the House of Ferragamo made a little bit more,
Okay,
to me.
So you walked and you won and you won. Mm-hmm. You started to become Floyd, Mm-hmm. You probably was always Floyd, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
always, so you start getting your album out there. Your album started to sell, okay? Yeah. So I know that y'all was all Ferragamos, and then I know you had left with a particular person, which is Divine. You left with her, and you became a Cavalli.
Yes.
How did you feel about that? How did you feel about leaving Ferragamo and going to Cavalli? How did that happen? Because I know y'all was Ferragamo's down, so.
Well, to be quite honest, it really wasn't hard. It wasn't hard at all. You know what I mean? It wasn't hard at all. Divine is a strong leader. She was somebody that I feel like I can trust, and her opinion mattered. So with that being said, I followed her.
Yeah, you followed her, and y'all became Cavallis, and y'all was doing y'all thing. Y'all started walking out of state. Leaving Ferragamo and becoming a Cavalli, did that inspire you to go out of state, or what made you be like, I want to go out of state, I don't want to just be an LA-based girl?
Because when I first saw my very first ball DVD or tape at that time,
Yeah,
it was
VHSs back in the day.
It was out of state. So I wanted to go there first. So, we pretty much toured.
A tour, okay. Yeah. Now, y'all was Cavallis for a little second. Everything was going good, and then next thing you know, this 007 thing happened. And I remember back in the day, everybody was so against it, but y'all all stayed a unit because it was a bunch of y'all. Y'all all stayed a unit. Y'all always been talented. They used to call y'all Banji. They used to call y'all everything in the book. Yeah. But no matter what happened, y'all always stayed together. So do you think, now sitting here now, do you think that it was right to be a 007 with these people?
Absolutely.
Do you think y'all went against the rules for saying, oh, we're the house of 007? Because that's not, I never heard of something like that.
Well, I'm sure it was going against the rules, but the fact remained that we weren't going anywhere. So even though people tried to pull people from here, pull people from there, play little sly tricks, you know what I mean? We still stayed apart. We were a family, and that's what we did. Like, we were loyal members, and that's just what it was.
And then the Chanel thing came.
And then Chanel came.
Exactly. So by this time, you up there. So I know that you had you had a position. Like, I know, wasn't it, people couldn't get in the house unless they went through you. Was that true?
And well, it was a few of us. I mean, I couldn't just say it was only me solely, but, I pretty much had a say.
Yeah, you had a big say. I remember. But okay, so I know the Chanel thing. It went great. Like, people really, really start hating y'all, and I just think that people really start hating y'all because y'all had got that fab name. Because Chanel is a fab house, and I don't think a lot of people really got to be a part of a fab house and stay there and, do their thing and blow up and make people mad by winning and having the talent. Now, I know that you was really, really into it. I know you were strong into it, but I know you left. I know it was a lot. Well, I feel like it was kind of a lot to do with a lot of the members. I feel like some things started to change and it was not your flavor. For me, knowing you, I know you always been open about the drug thing. That's something that bugged you.
Yes.
I want to know, why does it bug you so bad? Because I know it been times where you pulled me to the side and you reached out to help me, and I really do appreciate that. But why does it bug you? I always wanted to know that.
Well, being in a big family, you see lots of things that, normal little kids don't see. You know what I mean? And to me, drugs ruin good people. I've seen many good people be destroyed off of them. You know what I mean? And I just feel like in our scene, being around all these young kids was difficult for me, because at the time that I was doing that, I was also working for elementary school and working for schools. So seeing these kids, it was just sad to me. You know what I mean? I can't, I'm just not with the whole drug thing. It's just not my thing. You know what I mean? I'm very against it because, it's ruining people. It's ruining lives.
Do you think, because I know, for instance, when you used to come to me and you used to talk to me, before you even honestly really reached out to me, I felt like my house, because I'm Chanel. I became a Chanel kind of probably a couple of months after, I don't know, but that's another story. But I felt like y'all judged me, and I felt like y'all didn't understand what I was going through because I was in a really dark place, and at that time that numbed the darkness.
And that was the thing, and that's exactly, and I have to be honest and say, it wasn't that, I didn't judge you, I just felt like if you're in a dark place, drugs aren't gonna bring you out of that dark place. Right. It's just gonna throw you further in the tunnel.
Yep.
So being very honest, I was completely against it. I told Divine, hell no. Like, just keeping it real. Hell no, we not fucking with no crackheads. We got young kids in here, and that's not right. You're going to destroy these kids' life. We have kids that are in high school. Don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it wasn't anything personal.
You know what? I just always like, okay, well, Floyd smoked weed, so what is the difference?
I am the ganja queen.
Right?
you understand? Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's
just
fine.
Keeping it real.
It's fine.
Weed
make you feel good. But but I just wanted to tell you why we sitting on this couch. I appreciate you because you know what? When I hit that dark road and nobody wasn't there, I always was like, you know what? I always could come back and talk to you. You get what I'm saying? You one of the first people that told me, look, maybe you need to go to rehab, but you made me realize a lot of stuff, and that's the reason why I slowed down tremendously. I'm still working on it, but at the end of the day, I slowed down. So so I just, I want to know that. So now, is that the reason why you left Chanel? Because a lot of people started doing it behind closed doors, and I told them not to knock until they try it. So boom. So anyways, did I?
I could definitely say that had a strong part to play because I didn't really approve of us being around kids and knowing that they're into drugs and doing nothing to stop them, nothing to help them at that point in time. Not to say that, Divine wasn't doing her thing, because she was doing her thing. She was on top of everybody, but it's only so much that she can do. And I just felt like, I personally couldn't sit. It just didn't feel right to sit back and watch the people around me destroy themselves, and I have to play fake and be like, oh, hey, girl, how you doing? When I really want to be like, bitch, you look stupid.
Right.
You look stupid. You know
right.
what I mean?
So that was one of the reasons, and I know another reason is that you always been a leader. And I want to ask you a question. If you would have stayed in Chanel, do you feel like you would have always been under Divine shadow?
I think that in a sense, yeah, because she's such a strong figure. I wouldn't say it because she had her thumb over me trying to block my shine, but I think that she's such a strong figure that no matter how much I turned it, what I did, nobody wasn't gonna pay attention because she's that bitch for out here to me.
Right. And then you became Mother Escada. Yeah. And I honestly want to tell you that was one of the best, smartest things that you have ever did.
Absolutely.
And I supported you. I didn't too much,
Absolutely.
I don't care about people that leave houses and stuff. You went and you graduated, and that was one of the smartest things. Now, how did the Escada thing come about, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, the Escada thing actually, it was not an overnight thing. It was definitely not an overnight thing. Ricky reached out a time before, and I kind of gave him, I'm not ready to do that. That's too much of a responsibility. And I kind of left it alone, and then I think he asked probably about a year later, and at that time I was in between that transition of feeling like I think I can do this. I think I could,
So you took your time with it. Now, when Ricky reached out,
I have to stop you, because I want to also go back to say that upon leaving Chanel, it wasn't that I left my house. You understand what I'm saying? I want everybody to understand that I reached out to Divine because she was my personal gay mother, one of my best friends, a mentor, and I came to her and I asked for permission to leave. I'm sure it was really hard for her. But I had to ask for permission to leave because I felt like I wanted to grow. And I felt like I can do it. And she said she felt like I could too. So she just said, now of course, she wasn't necessarily, she was not ecstatic with the choices, but the end result, she was very proud because I woke it up.
She was crying at the ball.
Yeah, that was hard. That was hard. I mean, you have to understand, like, the bond that I've built with you guys and, you know what I mean, and with her, that's years, you know what I mean? That's years of friendship that probably felt like I was leaving a friendship. You know what I mean? When I really was just trying to grow. I just wanted to do better. I wanted to see our scene get bigger.
Okay, so you became Mother Escada. You went to that house and you woke it up. And I want to say this just to make it clear. My grandpa, I felt like he was doing this thing before y'all even connected, but you was the icing on the cake, I feel, with y'all. Y'all a team, y'all a good team. Now, people kind of found it really fake that y'all two all of a sudden came together and became this one person. I want to know because everybody out there, the messy bitches, the paparazzis, the bloggers, they all felt like y'all was enemies. Was y'all enemies? What was that story about? Tell me.
Okay. Me and Ricky had what I would call a difficult relationship because we never had a situation with each other. Like, we've never had any problems with each other. Right. You know what I mean? But the people around us had issues with him. And they had issues with him. So it kind of made us, it kind of left us in a bad place. It was like you joining the enemy. Right. Well, in a sense, people did feel like that at the end of the day. But the real deal was me and this man have never had problems with each other, ever. We are the complete opposite. And that's the reason why everything is everything. Right. Because we're the opposite.
Do you feel like when you became Mother Escada, do you feel like you turned the house around? Because a lot of people say, oh, the Escadas is only talented because, or they only hot because Floyd came and turned the house around. And do you feel like, you want to ask me?
Let me answer that.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me
answer that. It's fine.
Okay.
I would hope so to a degree. You know what I mean? Not to say, oh, it was just all me, because it wasn't. Because it took teamwork to make that happen. Because if Ricky was resistant and it was a little sticky for me, it probably wasn't going to happen the way it needed to. So I would just have to say that it took a lot of teamwork and myself and him, just getting it together. And also the people. It took my kids, you know what I mean? The people that were behind me, standing there with me, going through all of this to make it happen. So I didn't really do it alone. Yeah.
Do you feel like you took a lot of things that you learned from the Chanels and gave it to the Escadas?
Absolutely. I won't say a lot of things. I will just say foundation. Once you learn foundation, once you learn how to, conduct business, it's no problem. Everything else pretty much falls into place. And I have to say, Nico and Divine gave me a pretty good guideline on where to go. And once they showed me the street, I ran down it. Right.
You did an amazing job, and my grandpa Ricky did. Y'all became of the year. No, did y'all become house of the year? No.
No, we were tried. And and usually I don't really say that, but yeah, we were tried.
Yeah,
we were tried.
I have to say that. I have to keep it real. Yeah.
There was a lot of hating going
in my
on.
eyes, y'all was house of the year. I know y'all got numerous of the years, dramatics. Y'all got all of that. Yeah, so y'all did an amazing job with that. So now everybody want la 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 la. Everybody want to be a Escada. Everything was going good, and then rumors started happening saying that you and Ricky was kind of breaking up, and the new kids was with you, and the old kids was with Ricky, and y'all was kind of break up, and then. We was at a mini ball, and I remember they called you out as they didn't call you out as Scotty, they called you out as Fee. So then next thing you know, y'all back together, and then y'all leave and y'all make y'all transition.
Yeah, well, we never parted. There's many rumors, and that's why they're rumors, because half of them are not true. I mean, I hear so much. Here's the deal: we never separated. If we had any issues between each other, we worked them out. And if we did have major issues, we both can communicate. So
okay, that's a good answer.
We're not even going.
So yeah, right. So y'all transitioned into Chanel. So why did you become an Escada just to go back to Chanel? What's that about? What changed? Well, you had a change of heart.
Well, I can't necessarily say that it was a change of heart. I can say that, just being very honest, it's Chanel blood. Like, I don't know. If you've never been to Chanel, you probably don't know. But I'm just saying I couldn't see myself anywhere else. Yeah. You know what I mean? I couldn't see myself anywhere else. If I had to go, somewhere else, if it wasn't a Chanel, and I probably would do it. Oh, Milan, I love it. I love it.
You'd be like, okay. So that happened. So now let's fast forward a little bit. So the awards ball. That night was really, really bad. And I'm going to tell you, just the people names that was on it, I already knew it was going to be a bad situation. When I walked into the building that night, it was something about the atmosphere that was not
the
good.
Energy was off.
The energy, I said something is going to go down. Like, I don't know because it was at the catch. I don't know what it was. But first, let's talk about this. legendary status. Now, no, I'm not gonna ask you that because I don't want to name drop. But do you feel like you was cheated? Because other people got their legendary status, and I didn't see you do more work than half of them. I didn't see you go to Atlanta and win. I didn't see you shut it down. And they say you're supposed to have a moment out of state. I don't know if that's how true that is, but do you feel like you was cheated? Did you feel disrespected? Did you want to cry? What? Tell me how you felt.
Well, that's all I could. Well, I was not cheated. I don't feel cheated. I don't feel cheated because I feel like my work in ballroom is accomplished. You know what I mean? If I stop walking today, I have like 12 years worth of product behind me. So it's nothing. You know what I mean? I really don't feel cheated because, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I just know that I started, a long time ago. You know what I mean? And everybody right now is state to state, state to state. I've been everywhere.
Everywhere. And
so,
yeah. So, okay.
It's fine.
Okay, so after that, night went on, then this big fight broke out. And everybody knows kind of the story, I know it kind of involved around Day. Well, it did, and RJ. Now, you and Day, y'all are best friends, period, point blank. And I know a lot of people right now feel like y'all not friends. They feel like y'all don't talk. Like I said, it's rumors. Like, people think they know y'all likes, but they don't. And you was out there fighting. Do you feel like it should have happened that way? Do you feel like...
Absolutely not. I don't feel like it should have happened that way because I feel like we're all here for ballroom. And it's many times people say something foul and crazy to me, I pay it. Because, it's I can't let it affect me. So I just feel like if words make you feel like that, then, maybe it's just probably not for you.
Do you think the drugs have a lot to do with the violence?
I think that drugs have a strong part to play with violence because people don't understand that. See, here's the deal. Being a person that does not do drugs, you bitches be turning it, okay? You get high, you run around the clubs, you get to talking out the side of your neck and all of that, and shit goes sideways. And then once it goes sideways, everybody's trying to figure out what the hell happened. What happened was you got high.
Okay.
So that's how I feel about that.
Okay. So enough of the ballroom shit right now.
Yes.
So enough of that. So let's talk about a lot of things that people don't know about you. You are an inspired designer.
Yes.
Can I ask you what's the name of your
Film J.
Film J? Hey,
yes.
That is cute.
Thank you. It's me.
And I know you also do hair. And you makeup. Hello, I was gonna say it.
I'm just saying.
No, you did makeup, and I know you worked in the industry, and I know you worked with the likes of Erica Campbell from Mary Mary, and the likes of D Woods, and Tiana Taylor. How did that feel?
It was amazing. But before it was amazing because I've had a really good mentor. His name is Terrell Mullen. He is the man with the hands. He has some blessed fingers, and thank goodness to him, he takes me under his wing. Whenever he has something and he needs that help, he pulls me in, and I've been blessed so far.
Been blessed, okay. So I want to ask you a little bit about your relationship with Divine. Are y'all close, or did y'all ever fall out? Because it just seemed like y'all became distant.
Ooh, you are going in. Well, it's good. It's fine. Yes, we are still close. Things did go distant because I had to take on a new hat in a new position. So it's different when we're best friends and we love each other and I see you every single day on my break and we kiki and all of that, to me being on the other side of the fence. So then you have to throw your arrows at me and likewise, you know what I mean? So it did kind of give us a little distance, but you know what I mean? If you're a real friend, it doesn't go real far. So we're real friends, so it hasn't went far.
I like that. I like that answer. Yes. Okay, I need to take some advice. Okay, so now a sex tape came out today.
Okay.
And do you look at Love and Hip Hop?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Now, I just want to ask your opinion because, I love your opinions on things. What was the first thought? that you seen of Mimi and Nico. Let's not ask the first thought. Do you think?
Don't say the first thought.
No, Chip. Tell me, what's the first thought? Like, what did you think? Like,
Nico's meat looked bigger than Stevie J's.
Do you think it was big?
It looked nice.
Would you sleep with him?
I sure would.
Would you hang from the pole? No,
I would.
Okay, like, so do you think it was wrong of her to do that, knowing that she have a daughter? Did you immediately judge her? Because a lot of people are going in on her, but a lot of people is like, work, bitch.
Well, I just will feel sorry for her kid. I mean, she's a grown woman. She could do, if she want to fucking suck on whoever she wants to and put it on tape, do your thing. But let's be clear. A sex tape is when you tape yourself having sex. And a porno is when someone else tapes you, and that was a porno.
Right? They said Stevie J had the camera, but we'll see. So I want to. So what we do on this show before we wrap everything up, what is there you can tell to the young kids out there about surviving in this scene and trying to just be responsible, but also wanting to be a part of it? What can you tell them about it? How to balance it?
The biggest thing that I can say to anyone out there is, if you have a dream, stick to it. Don't give up on it until it gives up on you. And even if it does, keep going, keep moving. Don't stop. Don't look back. There's going to be plenty obstacles ahead of you and plenty behind you. Mm-hmm. So all you have to do is just keep moving forward. Don't get caught up in drug life. Don't get caught up in prostitution. And and furthermore, take this ball life as a hobby. Don't let it be so serious. Don't let it be so serious to where this is the only thing that you have, because this isn't all that life has to offer. You can go out there and have anything you want. That's just it.
Exactly. So now, for a lot of kids come up to me and ask me about getting in the house. How do they supposed to approach you? Because a lot of people are scared to approach you and Ricky because they look at y'all as
I may seem like I'm not really approachable, right. But I am. Mm-hmm. I am. I mean,
do you have like an email address they can email you at, or anything, or maybe.
Or maybe, you can talk to me in person.
Okay, well, just come to me.
Or Facebook.
Just come to me.
Go to Aniche.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, thank you, Legendary Mother Fee, for coming on my show.
No problem.
I had a really good, quick talk with you, and I want you to come back, and everything is good.
Anytime.
We're going to Mike Blair. So anyways, so thank you for coming. So I'm your host, Aniche Smith, and remember, everything go beyond the runway. See you next time.